High in the mountains, there was a quiet, ancient temple, its stone steps wrapped in the morning mist. For centuries, it had been a place of refuge, a sanctuary for those seeking wisdom and tranquility. The air itself seemed to breathe peace, and the ancient pine trees stood like silent guardians, their needles whispering secrets to the wind. One day, a young traveler arrived. He had walked for many weeks, his heart heavy with questions and his mind restless, like a stormy sea. He had heard many stories about a wise old monk who lived in this temple, a master who held the keys to inner peace. The young man's face was etched with a mixture of hope and anxiety. He carried a simple cloth bag on his shoulder, but the weight of his thoughts was far heavier. A tea temple. He found the monk sitting in serene meditation beside a large stone, as if he were part of the landscape itself. The monk was old, with gentle wrinkles and long white eyebrows. His eyes were half closed in a state of deep calm, and a string of wooden prayer beads rested on his wrist. He seemed as still and as ancient as the mountains surrounding them. With a respectful bow, the young traveler approached. His voice trembled slightly as he spoke, his words disturbing the profound silence of the morning. "Master," he asked, "I have traveled so far. My mind is filled with endless noise and worry."
Please, can you teach me?
Of course, my child. Let me show you the way.
Master, how can I find peace?
The old monk slowly opened his eyes. They were clear and deep, like a calm lake. He looked at the young man. Then, slowly, without a word, he raised a hand and pointed to the large, smooth stone beside him. Then, he closed his eyes again, returning to his silent meditation. The traveler was confused. He looked at the monk, then at the stone, and then back at the monk. What did it mean? Was this a riddle? He expected a profound teaching, a secret mantra, or a long lecture on philosophy. But all he got was a gesture toward a simple, silent stone. Frustration began to bubble up inside him. Had he come all this way for nothing?
Do I come all this way for nothing?
He decided to wait. Perhaps the master was testing his patience. So he sat down on the mossy ground, trying to imitate the monk's posture. He closed his eyes and tried to meditate, but his mind was a whirlwind. Thoughts of his journey, his unanswered questions. And his frustration with the monk's silence raced through his head. An hour passed, then another. The sun climbed higher, and the morning mist began to burn away. Still, the monk did not move or speak. The traveler grew more agitated. He opened his eyes and stared at the stone. It was just a rock. Grey, smooth, and utterly ordinary. It did nothing. Said nothing. It simply existed, resting on the earth, warmed by the sun, cooled by the breeze. It wasn't trying to be anything other than a stone. It had no worries, no ambitions, no anxieties. It was perfectly, completely still. And in that moment of observing the stone, a profound realization washed over the young traveler. His own mind was the source of his turmoil. His mind was constantly moving, judging, questioning, and desiring. Peace wasn't something to be found or acquired. It wasn't a secret teaching he could learn from someone else. It was a state of being. He looked at the stone again, and then at the silent monk, he finally understood. The monk's silence was the teaching. The stone was the answer. Silence is the state of being. Peace is found not by adding more knowledge or seeking more answers, but by letting go, by allowing the mind to become still and quiet, just like the stone. A gentle smile appeared on the young traveler's face. He closed his eyes, and this time, when he breathed in, he felt the calm of the mountain. When he breathed out, he released the storm within him. The traveler sat there in the quiet presence of the monk and the stone. No longer a restless seeker, but a man who had found his way home. In the silence, he had found his peace. Thank you for watching.
Resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more daily stories to inspire your journey. See you